All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mattis presiding. You may be seated.
Miss Grover claims her keys needed to be replaced after they were lost and says Miss Riker is to blame because they were in a purse that was thrown out of a car window.
State your name.
Claire Grover.
Ma'am?
Charlotte Riker.
All right. And you are suing Miss Riker for $650, alleging she owes you this money for the cost of replacing keys?
Yes.
Start with you.
I am suing her because she threw my mom's purse out of her car with my car key and house key in it.
Okay. And you weren't able to retrieve it?
Well, I had to call a locksmith and replace my house key for $150, and the next day I had to go to a dealership and get my car key for $600.
So when she threw the purse out, your mother didn't see the keys fly out of the purse?
Well, no, because she was on the...
Okay, let's break this down. Claire claims Charlotte threw her purse out of the car window, which had both house and car keys. Now, under the law, this can be seen as negligence. If Charlotte was careless and the loss of the keys was due to her actions, Claire may be entitled to compensation for the replacement costs. But is throwing a purse out of a moving vehicle intentional or just reckless? The court will decide.
She was on the highway and she threw her purse out in the snow, and everything went out her purse into the snow.
Everything?
Everything.
Meaning she didn't pick anything up?
Well, my mother, she picked up what she can find, what she can see, her wallet and her phone and things like that, but she didn't find the keys.
Let me get some background from you on this.
I just got angry. I had been putting up with her the whole day, listening to her disrespect me and brag and not let me speak, and I was the one who picked her up.
Where were you all at? I don't understand.
We were at a casino. We were having a girls' night.
Oh,
I took her to the casino.
You losing your money and get mad with her. It ain't her fault because you losing your money. Did you lose?
Yeah, I lost some.
You was looking for somebody to be angry with. Be angry with yourself.
No, Your Honor.
So what was she doing?
I wanted to have a girls' night so we could talk to each other and share, get caught up because we hadn't seen each other in a few months. And all she wanted to talk about is her daughter. And her daughter this, and her daughter's so rich, and her daughter's doing so well, and her daughter. And I had a new granddaughter that I wanted to talk about. She didn't let me say anything. It was her and her
Where
and
were
her
you
all
all
night.
at during this talk?
Well, we stopped and we had dinner at the buffet first.
Okay.
So we were talking over that, but I didn't really get a word in edgewise. And then we went to play the slots.
You think people get mad at me, son? Because all your life you've been around me. I don't stop talking. People get mad because I talk too much. I think I talk too much.
I never say anything, but I feel a little...
I'm not asking you about you. I said people.
Yeah.
You don't need to refer to yourself about how you feel about your dad.
I mean, no. Let's say no.
I think they do, and I think it's a bad habit.
I do too.
I think it's a bad habit, and so I do understand how you can get irritated because I believe I irritate.
Wow, did you hear that? Charlotte claims she was simply angry and acted out of frustration. But let's be real, throwing someone out of a car in a rage? That's a huge step. You can feel the tension mounting as Claire explains her disbelief at being abandoned like that. This isn't just about keys, this is about respect, trust, and some serious emotional distress. This is where it gets personal.
People sometime when I don't give them a chance to talk and I just go on and on and on. So I understand that. However, what did that lead to? You all were at the buffet. She's doing too much talking. Mm-hmm. You went to the casino area, obviously. What were you playing?
Slots, quarters and nickels.
And therefore, you all didn't have to talk to each other.
Not really, no.
Right. And that's probably, or if you did, that's why you lost your money.
I actually had plenty of money left. She ran out of money, but so she started complaining because she wanted to go home because she didn't have any more money to play with.
And
so
you're winning, and she wants to stop you
Well, I
from
didn't win
winning.
that much, but
okay.
yeah.
But at that moment, you're still winning.
Right.
All right.
Well, she was ready to leave, so I said fine because I didn't want to lose any more. We got in the car, and she starts talking about her daughter again. And it's this about her daughter and that about her daughter and blah, blah, blah. And never got a word in edgewise, and it was just getting on my nerves.
Did you say something about it?
I tried to. I tried
my
to.
goodness, let me get a word in.
Yeah, but
Before
she didn't
throwing
really
her
pay
out of
me.
the car. Just your mother here?
Yes.
Let me hear from you, ma'am. You want to speak?
Yes,
All right, come on up, ma'am. State your name.
Edna Grover.
All right, what do you want to tell me about the incident that night?
Now, here is the question. If you were Claire, would you be ready to forgive someone who left you stranded on the side of the road? Or would you be holding on to that anger, just like she is? Let us know in the comments below. Who do you think is in the wrong here?
Prior to you jumping out the car or her throwing you out or whatever happened there.
Well, I was house sitting for my daughter, so she had given me the keychain that had her car keys and her house keys on it. Then, Charlotte invited me out for girls' night out at the casino. It sounded like a lot of fun, and we were having fun. Maybe I had been talking about my daughter, but she was also talking about her granddaughter. I don't know why she's acting as though I'm the only one who talks.
She says you didn't give her an opportunity to talk much, and it irritated her. And I can see that being the case if someone doesn't give the other an opportunity.
Coming up on Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
You've never heard that you talk too much.
No.
Your daughter looking at you like,
talks
yes, you have,
too much
Mama.
sometimes.
I've told you.
Sometimes.
Well, sometimes.
And later,
Since you want to come in here and open the door about being handcuffed in some freak activity. Come on, freaky dicky. What else you want to tell me?
Is not it fascinating how Charlotte just snapped in that moment? Blind rage is real, folks. But it is more than just about being mad. It is a breakdown in communication. She wanted to win the argument, but in doing so, she lost control and ended up causing more harm than good. This is the perfect example of how emotional reactions can snowball and create bigger problems than what you initially set out to solve.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Claire Grover, who is suing Charlotte Riker for property loss.
Ma'am, no one else has ever told you or you've never heard that people say you talk too much? Because I've heard it.
Well, it's lively conversation.
No,
Everybody.
have anyone said, ooh, she talks too much? Or have you heard such and such say, you talk too much, girl?
No.
You've never heard that you talk too much?
No.
Your daughter looking at you like, yes,
talks
you
too
have,
much
Mama.
sometimes.
I've told you.
Sometimes.
Well, sometimes. Yeah, I know she does. You were a little rapid there. You were going a little fast there. You were fast talking. So if you're fast talking like that, no, you don't have a chance. You just have to fast talk a little more. Where are you from? New York? You from New York, and you're from Iowa. So that's the problem. She's a fast talking New Yorker, and you're a slow dragging Iowan. Is that what it is? Anyhow, I'm just kidding about that. Describe the incident outside of that. And you didn't see any indications of her being irritated prior to the gambling experience?
No, we were just having a good time.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
What did you do to indicate irritated? You got quiet, you started looking down, you weren't smiling, and some type of...
I let her know that I was getting annoyed with her. The look on my face, I tried to interrupt her. She would not stop.
Hold up. Did Charlotte really just throw out the purse after telling Claire to pick it up? The hypocrisy is real. She says, "Come get your purse." But then when Claire could not get it, she flung it out the window? It is like she set herself up for failure here. This is one of those moments where you just have to wonder, did Charlotte think Claire would just let that slide?
Talking, she would not stop bragging. So I just finally gave up. I was just angry.
I don't know about getting angry. You could be looking at your watch and see how long I have to deal with this. And the first opportunity you get, end it.
Right.
But you should have at least gotten home first without this experience I'm hearing about you being asked to leave the car. What happened? Describe that.
She just went into like a blind rage and, pulled over the car, told me to get out. I was so shocked. I'd never heard of anything like that happening, that you would leave a woman stranded on the side of the road in the middle of the, well, not the middle of the night, but, when I got out of the car, I didn't realize I didn't have my purse. And then once I did, she flung it out the window and everything that was in it, because, the purse was unzipped. I always have my purse unzipped for some reason. And everything was all over the snow. It was dark out. So, that's how we ended up losing the keys.
Yeah, you should sue for intentional infliction of emotional distress. because that certainly caused extreme stress that she intentionally knew or should have known by throwing you out of the car in the middle of nowhere without any form of transportation, that you would be traumatized. And tell me about the purse, though. That's what we're suing about, keys.
Now, while all of this may sound like petty drama, there are serious legal consequences to actions like these. Claire is seeking $650, not just for the cost of replacing her keys, but for emotional distress caused by being abandoned. This is where it gets tricky. Can you really put a price on emotional harm? Let's see what the judge has to say.
You want to tell me about that? Your daughter says you couldn't find them in the snow, but you found other things. Tell me about that.
Well, I only found my wallet. Since I was, on a not deserted, but a highway, I wanted to get off the highway and go to the gas station. And fortunately, they let me hang out there until the rideshare company came. But I couldn't see anything. It had fallen into the snow, so I just took what I could. I fortunately had my phone in my jacket, so.
Well, we'll let her sue her. She's suing her today. You got a bigger lawsuit later, so you can come back to me. Ma'am, describe what happened on the freeway where she says you stopped and had her to get out. Tell me.
I was tired of fighting to just be heard. I just had enough. I just went in a blind rage. And I pulled over right by the exit, and I just said, get out. That was it.
No, something happened with her keys in her purse.
Oh, well, before I took off, I saw that her purse was on the floor. And so I said, come get your purse. And she's still out there complaining and whining and pacing around. So I picked it up. I threw it out the window.
And now, folks, we are moments away from the decision. Who will Judge Mattis side with? Will Claire get her compensation for the keys? Or will Charlotte's emotional outburst go unpunished? This ruling could have long-lasting consequences. The tension in this courtroom is palpable as we get closer to the final verdict.
And then I left.
She told you to come and get it?
I suppose she did. I was just so shocked by the whole situation. But, here comes my purse flying out the window. I barely had time to react.
Yeah, but she told you to come and get it.
Okay.
You should have.
She didn't really give me an opportunity to open the car door and reach, I can't reach over the window to get something on the floor
She
of the
let the
car.
window down and hand it to you.
That would have been nice.
If you'd have came, that may have been what she was going to do. But you didn't come. She was said, come get your purse. And you didn't.
I don't recall it happening like that.
It did.
If she saw your purse,
if someone
why
said,
wouldn't she want to get it to you?
Because she was so angry,
There
she
you
wasn't
go.
giving me a moment to respond.
There you go. She wanted to throw it at you
Yeah.
out of anger.
Yeah.
Or just throw it out of anger. And the result of her anger and outburst.
And there you have it. Judge Mattis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff, Claire Grover. She will receive $650 to cover the cost of replacing those keys, and Charlotte's actions have officially been deemed reckless. It is a tough ruling, but it is clear that her behavior was unacceptable, and the law cannot just let it slide.
Caused the loss of your keys. So that's why you're going to win today. $650. Her anger and her reaction to her anger caused the loss of your keys. So judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day. Claim is granted.
Sometimes, justice is not just about money, it is about accountability. Today, Claire got more than just the money for her keys. She got a moment of justice for the emotional distress Charlotte caused. This case serves as a reminder that our actions have consequences, and sometimes those consequences are far greater than we anticipate.
All rise.
Judge Mattis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $650.
I feel as if I deserve my $650 because she lost my Mercedes-Benz key.
I started to feel sort of bad about throwing her out of my car, but now that I have to pay for it, I'm over it.
Coming up.
What happens when you go over there, sir?
Yeah, she showed me all of her sex toys, and obviously I was turned on by that.
What? Yeah.
And I saw the handcuffs. I'm like, let's do it. I was gonna put them on her, but then she's like, no, I want to put them on you. I was like, all right, fair game. Let's do it.
Mitchell Sable is suing Priscilla Garcia in the amount of $1,000. Mr. Sable claims his girlfriend handcuffed him to her bed while she ran an errand and says he was unable to answer an important business call.
State your name, sir.
Mitchell Sable.
Ma'am.
Priscilla Garcia.
All right, and sir, you're suing the defendant for $1,000, alleging she caused you to miss a project deadline.
Correct.
Start with you.
So, what do you think? Did Judge Mattis get it right with his ruling? Do you agree with the $650 compensation, or do you think it is too much for Keys and a little emotional distress? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's discuss this case.
Yep, so I live in Los Angeles. I'm here suing my ex-lover today because I incurred a business penalty after she left me handcuffed to a bed for over an hour, or for an hour.
Oh, she said you ain't had nothing to work with, so after you took your clothes off, so she put the handcuffs on you and left.
Yeah.
That's what they do now when you're 2-minute man.
Hey, I'm good in the bedroom, but apparently she didn't like me outside of it.
No, she didn't like you at all. You're not good in the bedroom. When she saw it, she handcuffed you and ran. What are you talking about you good in the bed? I don't know who told you that. I thought you'd get a hint. That's a hint.
Rest assured that won't happen again. But
right, it won't. And now that the 3 million people might see this, it's not going to happen at all with anybody.
All right, so we've been meeting up.
Since we talking like this, we can talk like this. Y'all open the door. In the law, when you open the door to certain conversations, then the other person, the other litigant, is able to go into that in a thorough way. So I'm going into it thoroughly. Since you want to come in here and open the door about being handcuffed in some freak activity. Come on, freaky dicky. What else you want to tell me?
Coming up.
Go ahead.
So then I was like, where the heck have you been for the last?
You didn't know where she went?
No, she told me she had to go, she went to the kitchen to go grab some stuff, and then she went to the corner store to pick up more whipped cream. That's what she told me.
Mathis Court is back with a case of Mitchell Sable, who is suing Priscilla Garcia for $1,000.
All right, and you give me your side.
Yeah, so my name is Priscilla Garcia. I live in Los Angeles, and it's true we met up in an app. We went out for like 3 dates before we started hooking up, and then we did it for like 4 months. He was complaining a lot and joking about that we always do it in his place, so I invited him over.
You said, come over here, because you ain't working over there. Maybe things will work better over here at my place.
He was in my place, we were having fun, we were playing around, and then I decided to show him my pleasure chest. Thank you. My pleasure chest of sex toys. And he was very excited about it. He picked the handcuff. He decided he wanted to use it.
You tried everything you could at that point, huh? That other regular stuff wasn't working over at his house. What happens when you go over there, sir?
Yeah, she showed me all of her sex toys, and obviously I was turned on by that.
Yeah.
And I saw the handcuffs. I'm like, let's do it. I was going to put them on her, but then she's like, no, I want to put them on you. I was like, all right, fair game. Let's do it.
All right, and how did it work out? Why are you suing her about it?
Yeah, so we're getting into it, and we're messing around. She handcuffs me with both sides of her headboard on the poles, and then she's like, give me a minute, I'll be right back.
She ran out on you again? She said, this still don't work. I've done everything I can. She said, I'll be right back. I thought seeing the handcuffs on you might give me a little more emotion or a little more interest, but I'm still not interested in that.
Yeah, so 5 or 10 minutes goes by. I'm like, where the hell did she go? I didn't hear anything. So then I start yelling for her. I can't hear anything.
You start yelling?
So then, 20 minutes after that, she still doesn't come back. My phone's ringing. I can't get it. I'm trying to get out of the cuffs this whole time so I can answer the phone. It keeps going off until eventually she comes back after an hour.
Mm-hmm. She was somewhere else, Doc. She was somewhere else to get satisfied. I hope you know it. Go ahead.
So then I was like, where the heck have you been for the last?
You didn't know where she went?
No, she told me she had to go, she went to the kitchen to go grab some stuff, and then she went to the corner store to pick up more whipped cream. That's what she told me.
How will Judge Mathis rule? Find out when Mathis Court returns.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mattis. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mattis. All right, so why are you suing her?
So I'm suing her because after the fact, I found out I missed the call, and that added another day to the contract. I'm a construction contractor, which added a $1,000 penalty, I had been answer the phone, and that's the only thing I had that day. So if she had been with me the whole time, I could have been like, hey, can you uncuff me? I got to take this.
No, you missed that day and they couldn't answer the phone because you couldn't walk. Go ahead.
So yes, I left, and yeah, I guess an hour passed by. It was not my intention, and I said that, and I explained that, and I apologized 1,000 times.
Right back means an hour to you?
So we've had enough of this nonsense. You assumed the risk when you went over there and allowed her to handcuff you, and when you put those handcuffs on, you assumed the risk that you couldn't get them off at any point until she brought them off. Your claim is dismissed. Have a good day.
All rise.
Judge Mattis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been dismissed.
If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns. You don't want to miss what we have next on Mattis Court.